David Morris is a third-generation Appalachian, a Vietnam veteran, a singer, a songwriter, a recording artist, a show producer, and an artist in residence. He shared stages with Ralph Stanley, Bill Monroe, Lester Flatt, Chet Atkins, and Johnny Cash. David comes from Ivydale, West Virginia, population 150. That's right, in Clay County. David Morris.
I wanted you to see this. I don't know how long I'll keep it on. I am honored more than you could ever know at being in this assemblage and being included in this conference. And if you're doing anything anywhere and you need my help, send for me, because I don't have anything else to do now. I must confess that this has been a day fraught with a lot of emotion because of the subjects that we're here to discuss and the role that I've played in my life. And I want to share some of those things with you tonight. And I don't have a watch. I was told I had 26 minutes. I calculate that that's 9 songs. Holly advised me to do 3 songs and get out of here. Well, sometimes when there's nothing to say, there's silence, just for a moment. I think the video telephone is doing now for America what the coverage of the Tet Offensive did for America. Keep them with you and take them out every time you see something. I'm going to read a bit of a poem that I wrote. It's 15 minutes long, so I'm not going to read all of it. It's called Medic, a Personal Declaration. Delta Troop was ground recon for the helicopters. Those troopers wore Old West Stetson cavalry hats with braids. We wore maroon berets, awarded to us by the Department of Defense, because we were supposed to be some kind of badasses. The men called me Doc. We went where we were sent, followed our orders, did what we did not want to do, saw things no one should see. I asked nothing, was given much, wondered if I had given enough. Glad for anyone who, if for honorable reasons, did not have to march beside me. Grateful for those back in the world who marched in the streets. One, Clifton Bryant. A couple of days after Kennedy dropped the first advisors, made a sign and hung it around his neck and marched in front of the Kanawha County, West Virginia courthouse, the first protest of the Vietnam War that I know of. He was a redneck coal miner. He fought at the Battle of Blair Mountain in 1921. 2, 3, 4. Bob Henry Baber, a poet, shot in both legs at Elysian Park in LA for throwing a bottle at 10 cops who were beating up a guy. Took him to jail, hog-tied, kicked him through the door. Stop the killing, stop the war, 500,000, a million more. Stop the killing, stop the war. Early fall 1968, home. I marched beside them, armed with my guitar and words. I sang, I spoke, I recited poems written by our comrade, the gift. What shall I give you, child of the Asian sun, child of the holy rain? What shall it be? You stand by the road, hopeful-eyed, tiny one, silent your cry, though it echoes inside me and burns in the hollowness that once was a boy like you, when the future was vague and the whole world was new. But when you're 6, you'll have had twice the years I've had, learning that no one cares if you're good or bad when you're a gook and I'm a white man who preaches ideals and takes what he can. Tyranny's only a fact of your life, my friend. Do you expect me to help you pretend that I'll give you your freedom the better to live? I've got nothing inside me, so here's what I'll give. I'll bury your father who died by my hand, and I'll build you a desert upon your green land. You'll have soldiers for brothers, and if you want more, for a sister or mother, I'll give you a whore. Why do you stare at me? Shining-eyed, ageless one, am I accused of betraying a trust? Wheels are turning, and leave you I must. His home is all burning. I give you the dust. His epitaph, Lionel Timothy Clover, poet, lived for peace, forced into war, born January 10th, 1947, died May 22nd, 1968 in Vietnam. I did not lose my life, but I did lose something. My young manhood had been hijacked by unscrupulous men who, wrapped in the flag under which we fought, told the big lie. Thank you. This is a song that I have struggled with since I first started writing it in 1984. I never could find the ending, and now I know there is not one. So I've just started to sing it without an ending. It's called Running Ridges and Burning Bridges. Is that right? Our musician in the house. In the evening when the working was all done, Dad would take the guitar down. It was time for the fun. He would sing to me and my brother about some place he'd never been. Mom would wipe her hands and come from the kitchen and sing an old-time hymn. Hallelujah, we shall rise, amen. Born in West Virginia in the county of Clay, grew up listening to the Opry and the WWVA. Grandpa gray horse, Daddy drove a Chevrolet. In the 39 pickup truck, we went to school every day. I did my courting in a 59 Biscayne. My best girl was Dorothy L. My best buddy was a guitar man. He loved Dorothy's sister, Dorothy loved my hand. We were young and innocent, and I guess the county line was about as far as we ever went. We were running ridges and crossing bridges when we came to them. Oh, life was easy, life was simple way back then. I got sent off to Vietnam when the war began to swell. Woke up in a nightmare that became a living hell. I met a lot of men and women there, people just like me, who believed the lie they told us that we could set the people free. From the ghettos of New York City and the barrios of LA, from the reservations and Appalachia all across the USA, we did the dying and the killing. No one had much thanks to say, but we bore the heavy burden in the heat of the day. We were crawling up ridges and blowing up bridges when we came to the we'd ever see home again, ever get back home again. Well, I was one of the lucky ones, my name ain't on the wall. Somehow I kept on standing when others had to fall. Time crawled by and one day I was free to go at least. My name came down, I was homeward bound from the belly of the beast. Then my best friend was a whiskey bottle, drunk and half insane. I thought everything was different, but it was me that weren't the same. And I hurt a lot of people then to make it up, I don't know how. I just asked to be forgiven, that was then, this is now. I was running ridges, burning bridges, I didn't give a damn. Shipped my body home, but my head was alone in the jungles of Vietnam. There was a fire in my belly then, get close, you'd get burned. But the fires have been banked now, and the lessons have been learned. Brother, don't keep on reliving the pain of the past. Just live each day in the here and now for the ones that had no chance. Give up the guilt that you may feel, you've got to let it go. We were young, we did the best we could, and the rest we could not know. To the young people of this country, there's one thing that I would say. Take a good look at where you're going, and take a good look at why you're going, and take a good look at who is sending you before you march away. Oh, I peaked early. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I peaked early. There's an old Irish song called the Gypsy Davy, or the Blackjack Davy. The Carter family recorded a version of it in the 30s. And then Bob McDill and Alan Reynolds wrote a beautiful song called I Recall the Gypsy Woman. And I always loved that song. And my son Jack, who could not be here tonight, he's taken ill, used to call me Gypsy Davy because of my rambling ways. And he'd say, Gypsy Davy's batshit crazy. I had climbed up on a workbench in my garage trying to get something off the shelf of shame where I keep DeWalt and Craftsman tools that quit working. And he called me, he said, you Gypsy Davy, you about half crazy, you know? And I said, Jack, that'd make a good song. Why don't you write it? And before I got down off of the bench, I grabbed 3 shims, some little things that you set a door with, and I wrote 6 verses on each side of those shims with a ballpoint pen I had in my pocket, and climbed down off the bench and grabbed a 2-by-4 and wrote the last verse. So much for Jack getting to write the song. It's always amazing to me how these things will percolate in you. And come out like that. And I used to sing songs right out of the top of my head, and they'd just go out the window, and made me nervous. I never knew when I was going to lose $250,000. But I wrote this, I called this song Gypsy Davy after he saw the elephant. Seeing the elephant was what the boys called the Civil War. Seeing an elephant in the 19th century was a rare thing. And they called the war Seeing the Elephant. So this is called Gypsy Davy after he saw the elephant. Gypsy, well, I told you I'd forget everything I knew about singing, didn't I? Gypsy Davy, he's about half crazy, never quite came home from the Vietnam War. Time comes undone, and he's right back in it, like it was only a minute before. Gypsy Davy loved his girlfriend, loved his country even more. Now he can't tell the difference between that woman that loved him and slipping down an alley with the Saigon whore. Might think you know the Gypsy Davy, just not sure from when or where his hair got long and his beard got shaggy, and his eyes still get that 1,000-yard stare. Gypsy Davy drank hard liquor, then the black would softly creep. Relief was hiding somewhere in that bottle, but you could hardly call it sleep. Try to wake the Gypsy Davy if in the night you hear a scream. He's locked in the arms of that same old terror where the dead ones chase him in a dream. With 100,000 brothers and sisters, he rode his Harley to the wall. Then the bank man repossessed it. Next day came and they took it all. And now where is the Gypsy Davy? I reckon Springsteen said it best. He's huddled somewhere by the roadside, no home, no job, peace, no rest. Don't turn away from Gypsy Davy. He is someone you might have been. He's out there somewhere in the darkness, still searching for the man he might have been. Thank you. Thank you very much. How am I doing on time, Marge? One more song? 5 more minutes? 5 more songs? What was that? 5 minutes? Well, I've been known to invite everybody at a gig to come back to the room with me to finish the show. I've written a song, and I'm going to do something else though. But I think that I've written this song, "Which Side Are You On?" for today's elections. I believe that we have reached a tipping point in this country, and if progressive thinkers do not get up and organize again and take back the House and the Senate and the White House, we are going to lose this country. And I don't have to tell any of you why. I'm just going to do 2 verses of this. If this should be your last vote, you must make up your mind. What kind of America do you want to leave behind? Oh, which side are you on? 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 If this should be your first vote, some thought I hope you'll give. You're deciding on the future of the place you're gonna live. Oh, which side are you on? 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 Florence Reese left this world, her brave heart has gone on. Still she asked the question, which side are you on? Oh, which side are you on? 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 To all of us, there comes a day when we must journey on. Leave the world no doubt about just which side you were on. Oh, which side are you on? 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 Well, I saw Jesus on the cross, on the hill called Calvary. Do you hate mankind for what they've done to you? He said, talk of love, not hate, things to do, it's getting late. And I've so little time and I'm only passing through. Passing through, passing through. I met up with you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. I saw Noah at the ark when the sky was getting dark. Come aboard, I could use you in my crew. I was about to go on in when I remembered that I can swim. I said, thank you, Noah, but I'm only passing through. Passing through, passing through. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue. Glad that I met up with you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. The U.S. government ran a scam in the country of Vietnam. They said the Viet Cong was our enemy. The fight was bloody, filled with gore, and they showed us to the door. Said, this land is our land, and you're only passing through. Thank you.